And now, the East Westchester Corporation, maker of fashionable plastic grapes for all your home decorating needs, brings you the continuing saga of a poor body repair shop heiress on an endless search for love and togetherness on The Gathering Dusk. As we look in on the Fillmore household today, John, the fiancé of 10 longing years, is ready to set the wedding date with Martha, the winsomely erratic daughter. But all that he would reveal to her was that he has a special romantic evening planned for her. Martha greets him as he comes to the door.
Oh, John, my darling, I've been all aflutter since you've called to tell me you have a special romantic evening planned for me. Why, you seem to be holding something in your hand.
Oh, these are flowers, my dearest Martha, and they are for you.
Oh, precious John, how special and how romantic. But these are roses. It would have been more special and romantic if you'd brought carnations.
But I thought roses were your favorite flower, my love.
They were, but I changed my preference. Just last night, in fact. That's one of the winsomely erratic things that causes you to be so smitten with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, my darling. I wasn't aware of that.
That I changed my preference from roses to carnations, or that my winsomely erratic behavior is one of the things that causes you to be smitten with me?
Well, either, I suppose.
Oh, John, darling, you're so delightfully forgetful. Why, just last week I told you how much you love my winsomely erratic behavior.
Well, yes, if you say so. And now I would like to take you to dinner.
Oh, so that's the special romantic evening you've planned for me, my dear. Where am I going?
Well, to the most special and romantic restaurant in town, my treasure. I have made reservations for 2 at the Hilton Club.
Oh, that is quite special and romantic as well. But you made reservations for 2. Who else is going?
Well, I am, of course.
But I don't think the Hilton Club is the right place. I mean, it is very special and romantic, and the fine cuisine and elaborate atmosphere are fitting to my breeding and inclinations. But don't you agree that your tastes are a bit too dull to fully appreciate that kind of sophistication?
Well, I was planning on this being a special romantic evening for us as a couple, my love. That would hardly work if you dined alone.
Don't get me wrong, John. I do enjoy your company, and normally your boring and simple ways are a great delight to me. But all the while that I'm enjoying a delicious and expensive meal that you are paying for, I'll be distracted knowing how little you're capable of valuing fine food.
I shall try my best to minimize my ability to discomfort you, my sweet darling. I do want this to be a special romantic evening, as I have something very important to tell you.
Oh, very well. I'll try to enjoy my meal. Oh, but wait, John, my precious. Where's your car? All I see here is an elegant horse and gilded carriage.
Well, yes, that's right.
The horse is so well groomed, and the coachman is dressed so smartly, and the gilded carriage is quite exquisite.
I wanted our journey to the Hilton Club to be very special and romantic, my dear.
It is, John, my darling. I've always wanted to ride on the top of one of these carriages. It'll be quite special and so romantic. Shall I climb up there and sit with the coachman?
But I had intended for you to sit with me.
Don't be silly, John. Oh, my love, there's hardly room for 3 of us on top, unless, of course, you've arranged for me to drive. That way, the coachman could ride with you in the carriage, darling John. Oh, this is special and romantic.
Well, that's not quite what I had in mind, my precious.
I'm sure the nice coachman won't mind, as long as we assure him you won't be too boring. You know how incredibly tiresome you can be.
But you see, I was planning to...
It's a shame that not everyone finds your incredibly tiresome personality as endearing as I do.
Well, this special romantic evening isn't quite going like I had planned, so perhaps I should tell you now what I was planning to tell you later.
What's that, John?
Well, first let me get down on one knee.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that, John. Why, look at your pants. They're all stained and dirty now.
It doesn't matter, my love. I must tell you something. As you know, sweet Martha, I have been your fiancé for 10 longing years.
Yes, and another thing I know is that the Hilton Club will not allow you in with your pants all stained and dirty like that.
That may be, but you see, dear Martha, I think that we are now at a point in our engagement that it's proper for us
to... Well, it also would be wrong of you to get into this carriage with your pants all stained and dirty like that. This nice coachman has no doubt spent hours cleaning it. This fine gilded exterior and those exquisite velvet seats didn't get in this condition by themselves, and I don't believe you should sully them with your soiled clothes.
What I am saying is this. I believe I am now in a place where I should set
Whatever place you're in, riding in this fancy carriage and dining at such a fine restaurant as the Hilton Club are not among them. You will have to drive home and change your clothes. I'll drive the coachman to the Hilton Club and meet you there.
Oh, but I can't drive home. I don't have my car. I rode here in the carriage.
Then you'd better run, my love. You have a lot of ground to cover.
Oh, but my pet, I could never get home, change clothes, and get to the restaurant in time to make our reservations.
Well, that's too bad. Well, then why don't I just go by myself? And since the reservation's for two, I'm certain I can convince this nice coachman to escort me in and dine with me.
Oh, but that doesn't sound proper for some reason.
Oh, John, my precious pet, you're quite right. Of course it's not proper that we make this nice coachman pay for his own dinner. But don't fret another moment, dearest. I'm certain you gave the Hilton Club your credit card information. We'll just charge it to you.
Oh, well, I suppose. Yet somehow I don't think that...
Oh, precious John, you wanted to give me a special evening, and you have. Driving a fancy carriage and dining at an elegant restaurant, two very special things for me.
But Martha, my sweet, I was hoping to be there with you to share the experience.
Oh, don't fret, my darling John. I can assure you that the coachman and I will have a good time. And why don't you call on me tomorrow, and I'll tell you all about it.